Hey guys, Tim with Little Crow Gunworks. Just doing a little discussion video, trying to bring you guys some more content. And we were doing a dwell time test video that I'll link up in the corner here. And we noticed something. So going into that test, I had an idea of some different things that we were going to see. And we did end up seeing some of those things, and I wanted to discuss them because I think it's important. So what you see here is we did some testing with our hand load with our 22 Nosler project. I'll also link that up in the corner here. If you're not familiar with that, check that out. What we did was we shot our 22 Nosler rifle with our hand load as it sat at this time, and we shot, by we I mean myself and Dale, we shot prone, we shot from the bench, and then we shot off of our Bog Death Grip tripod ball mount adapter. What did we see? Well, I think this is something important for people to know, is that, you know, I zeroed this rifle. So it's kind of set up for me and my body mechanics and how I mount the rifle and how I shoot the rifle and my recoil and my you know, everything is centered around me. Well then, without changing the zero and without doing any modifications whatsoever, we had Dale shoot it. And he and I have different levels of experience. We're a different age. We're a different body size. We have different mechanics slightly. We're different people. So what we noticed was, and what I thought we would see, is that there's a difference from person to person in where the shots form on the target. So we'll start with the top here. This was shooting prone at 200 yards. 0.253 MOA for a 5-shot group at 200 yards, by the way. So that doesn't suck. But look at where my shots formed. Dead center, point of aim. Dale, so he actually shot first. Then he got up. I laid down after we let the gun cool for a while. Didn't change anything. I mounted the rifle, I shot. Well, look at where his shots formed relative to mine. You know, he's probably, you know, if we include this one that jumped out, which we don't exclude any shots around here on Little Crow Gunworks. We don't say, oh, I pulled that one. You know, that doesn't count. No, we count them all. So let's say our center is somewhere in here. You know, that's probably 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches, something like that. Not quite a full MOA off, but a shift, you know. So what does that mean? Well, you know, a minute of angle, that's an angular measurement. So as you go farther, that gets worse and worse and worse. If it was, you know, it's almost a minute of angle difference. Let's say it was a minute of angle at 200 yards. Well, by the time, and this is based on time of flight, by the time you get to, say, 500 yards, you know, the shots would be over here somewhere. Even though the rifle's zeroed, at least it's zeroed for me, but his shots would all be favoring right, and it looks like a little bit high as well. If you look at the bench, same kind of deal, but it's less extreme. So my center is probably somewhere in there, just a little bit right of the center of this white dot and a tiny bit high. His are, I would say, a little more to the right and a little higher. So still, same thing. From me to him, he's favoring high and right on both of these. To go down here and go to the groups that we shot with the tripod. This looks like 4 shots. It's not. There's 2 in this hole right here. Believe it or not. But let's say the center is probably somewhere in here. About 1 inch diagonal from the center of the white dot. Dale's is probably about right here. So his is about 1 inch to the right, and instead of a 1/2 inch high from the point of aim like mine, his is probably a full inch. So as you can see, all 3 shooting positions, same rifle, 2 different people, same ammo, all of his groups formed high and right. So that's worth noting. If you have somebody else that zeroes your rifles for you, or if you zero a rifle and somebody else shoots it and they can't seem to do as well as you are, just know that there's different mechanics from person to person. Where your head is, how your face interfaces with the scope, where your eye is relative to the line of sight through the scope. Like, there's so many variables that you have to consider. So, you know, just because a rifle is zeroed for you, it doesn't mean it's perfect for somebody else. And if you have somebody else that's doing your stuff for you, or vice versa, you're doing it for someone else, just know that they need to get behind it and shoot as well. Or, you know, depending on how far you're shooting and how big the critter is, you know, this could end up being a miss because of the difference from person to person. So we noticed it. We kind of thought we were going to see this. We just wanted to show you guys that and do this little quick video. Thought you'd find it interesting. So like this video, subscribe, share it with your friends, and thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.